Hi, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be going over just a few basics. And because we're going over basics and this is the first video that we here at Glamour Guys are making, I thought that it would be interesting to just start with, well, the basics. So right here we have one of Avon's MagiX face primers. We're going to be using my color of foundation today, as well as a couple of concealers of your choice. And then last but not least, we're going to use one of these bad boys just because I like how it works. Because I want to show you guys the difference that a primer can make in your life, I'm going to do half of my face with and half of my face without. So without further ado, here we go. We're gonna start with the primer. And so I tend to use a little bit much, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this side right here. I'm just gonna touch it right where we need all those little bit of helps, okay? And we're just gonna pat it in. A lot of people will say for you to use the primer and just rub it in. I really like that idea. However, for those of us who have a little bit more wrinkles, it doesn't work quite as nicely, or even those fine lines that tend to, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but there's a little bit of lineage right here, whereas this is kind of diffused over on this side. So you can already see some of the, all the magic starting to happen. So like I said, we're just going to tap it on in, and that's going to help kind of blur any of those imperfections. You guys got my nice shave today too. You're lucky. I don't do that for anyone. All right. So, there we go. We have a primed face. Ready to go. Next, what we're going to be using is our foundation. I use the light ivory. It tends to work a little bit better. Never want to leave a nice little mask there. It's not cute. I'm just going to touch this wherever I feel like I want to kind of concentrate some of that. All right. So next we're going to take this little guy right here, and we're just going to go to town. And obviously, like, I'm not really going to do it super perfect. But just enough so you can kind of see the difference between what is and is not there. What I really like about this is that you're able to get into those really fine spots where maybe putting a finger might not be the most ideal. I'm just gonna blend that up and out of there just for funsies, so you don't have to look at my crazy. Okay. So just so that we can really compare and contrast really quickly, you can kind of see how we have a little bit of that line going on right there, but then as we go over here, you can definitely see a little bit more of that creasing right in through there, as well as you see a little bit less over on this side, whereas this side, it's much more pronounced. So that's just a little bit of what our primer does, as well as it helps make it stay on our face a lot more. It kind of gives that nice buffer zone for anyone who is especially oily or anything else like that. It's really, really great. So it keeps our skin from eating our makeup throughout the day, and just the overall degrading of the quality of the product as we continue. So there's that. And we talked about mask. We don't like those unless we're at a masquerade. So just gonna blend all that together. And all right, so now that we have no line going on there, I am going to just hit a couple of places. With the darker concealer, we tend to go in where we want our places to kind of drop off. So for me, I have a little bit more of a fleshy nose. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pop that right there, and we're gonna go right there. And then I also don't like how it kind of pokes out a little bit. So we're gonna make myself look a little bit like Rudolph, except with less fun colors. You can kind of see how we're just tracing. But the point of this was to be really, really fast. And so that is what we are gonna do today. And then I like to highlight my eyes. Notice that we're just doing that really nice pat motion, and it's pretty consistent throughout the entirety of how you're doing your face. The really great part about that is it's called finger stippling, and when you're doing that, it helps to get into all those little tiny creases and really minimize any other lines that can happen or creping in the eyes as well. So if you're like me, you like to poke yourself in the eye often. And just pop some of that right on through there so that we are, what? Consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. There we are. And just trail that on up. All right, so there you have it. We've got half primed, half not. And let me know what you guys think. And if you guys have any specific questions that perhaps maybe I can answer in a next video. hoping you guys are well and that your new year is off to a great start, and perhaps the wine didn't get you too much last night. Sending you all my love, and stay beautiful.